feel like every time I do play fight, there's quite fundamental things within me shifting that are not necessarily just about my movement or my understanding, or my anatomical understanding of movement, but also I feel like it's changing me as a whole being, which is really nice.
The most challenging point for me, which is the challenging point I have been hitting also in the practice of Aikido, is how to get rid of the will to achieve something. And that's the point still here. And that's maybe the purpose of the practice for me, to let that go. And the movement you propose for that is kind of a support to try to let it happen from the inside.
Oh shit! I was scared.
When I enter in a relationship with another person, a movement relationship with another person, with all my rules, with all my, it should be like this, it should be like that, it should be this and that, it doesn't work. It works only when I remove everything and I meet the other person and I listen to the other person and I listen to myself, and then we find a way. And this also could be beneficial in a therapeutical relationship because, okay, there are general rules in therapy and for the body and for dysfunctions, let's say, but also there is the person, and meeting the patient, like listening to the patient, listening what he or she says, or listen to his body, not thinking I already know everything, I'm just deliver him my knowledge, but just create this dialogue between the two. I think it's a quality that here is very well trained.
In my experience, it's really a confrontation with fear, and really trusting, being, led to a fall by somebody, and just really to follow the energy and not conceive of a fall as something that affects me negatively. It's that kind of overcoming that frozen state in a way of not wanting that, or also kind of dealing with preferences, like I would rather do this now, or kind of imposing my own idea of what I have, to just being open and being a better listener. That's a challenge for me. Something that I find very precious about it.
There was so much grief inside of me, and I had to cry, and I felt a lot of resistance, and that makes you confused. That's moments when you don't see the pathway clearly, and you don't feel the partner, you don't feel the connection, and you're just like, oh fuck, where am I, This confusion is coming back because the emotions get too strong.
Lost in the dark again.
Yeah, totally. But then even there, it's also about confidence and trust again. Even when I feel lost, I sink into it. And that's what play fight tells me. Like, sink into being lost and keep relaxing into being lost.
It's something that more and more I think about it, more and more is something that I wanted to do in my life. Imagine just the example of walking the street, that you have so many incomes, and then how do you deal with all this information that people coming into you, that like a car passing or like a bicycle, no, you have this electronic trottinette. It's like, oh, can you just be with yourself and then see all this movement going around, but still relax and then release all the tension that we tend to carry on our shoulders a little bit too much. And how can we apply this in the real life with a situation where no one is aware that I'm going to use the technique, but still for myself I'm working on it, and that's why I can navigate through this crowd of people in the live situation.